Hey, adventurers, want to go deeper into the world of Varus? You can join us on Patreon for just $5 a month.
You'll get access to our subscriber-only Discord, where you can chat with the cast, share your wild theories, and be a part of the growing community. Plus, you'll unlock Behind the Dice, our exclusive after show, where we sit down and talk through the latest episodes and went down and what almost happened.
It's one tier, all the good stuff, and if the party grows, so will the rewards.
You can find us at patreon.com/the 3 rolling tiers. We'd love to have you at the table.
Welcome to the 3 Rolling Tiers podcast. Welcome back to Varus, everyone. I am your host, Landon Burton, and DM for tonight, joined by my co-host, Caden Ta.
Hello, I am playing Wretch, the rowdy little goblin who likes to hide.
And joined by Mason Burton.
Playing Warren, the Master Chief of the Paladins.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
You are not. You are
Hey,
not.
last episode, I think I proved that I can be.
That is true. You did pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
If he truly was the Master Chief, he would have taken that dragon all by himself.
That's true. But Wretch
Hey,
did.
Master Chief saves Marines.
That is true, actually.
Okay.
He's got a point. We gotta honor that, Caden. We gotta honor that.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right.
Official. Mason is the Warren is the leader now. He's level 20.
You said it. Oh, right.
So
You
there
just
you
said
go.
it, so it's canon.
Nope, it's canon. No, I'm just kidding. No, you suck.
It's been established.
Well, I am going to do the recap for last session, one of the most badass sessions I think we've ever done. So, the players established their war camp in a valley several miles away from Fort Kilmere, bracing themselves for the impending battle. They devised a strategy in which Sir Varden and his party would escort Warren and Wretch to the Wyvern Shot, a massive ballista awaited to take down the dragon. As they approached Fort Kilmere, they encountered the Ebony Spectre, and quickly ascended to the top, but Theodore was left behind and tragically thrown into the ravine below. With no option but to press on, the group fought through 4 lizard folk while Sir Varden bravely confronted the dragon alone, only to be struck down by its powerful tail. In a moment of heroism, Warren leaped from the tower, seizing a rope to rescue the marshal, while Wretch fired the ballista. With the weapon on the brink of destruction and only 1 shot remaining, Wretch rolled a natural 20, ultimately ending the reign of the Black Dragon. And that's where we are now. So, Warren, you are down with Sir Varden, and Wretch, you are on top of the tower with Amara. Last session, when the Wyvern Shot was taken down from the tower after the Black Dragon pulled it down with it as it was dying, when you rolled to the side, it hit your leg. So, go ahead and give me a luck check. Anything above a 10 is good. Anything below a 10 is going to be bad.
Okay.
Luck check.
14.
All right, with a 14, Wretch, you are on the ground, and Amara is holding you, and she looks down at your leg, and you also look down, and you see that your leg, like your foot, has been, like, crushed. It's not, like, destroyed by any means, but your leg looks pretty bad. You have, like, a big gash on your calf, and, like, your foot is, like, broken. And Amara looks down at you. She goes, Wretch, your leg. And she starts, like, trying to wrap it up and trying to heal it, but you see it's not really working. The bones aren't able to set. And she says, we're going to have to get back to Kraton and fix this up with higher power.
Wretch kind of just turns to her and he's like, go make sure Warren and the others are okay. I'll be fine.
She goes to pick you up, and you like are starting to limp. She says, "We'll rendezvous with the other paladins at the base of the tower." And she starts pulling you down these stairs and like carrying you, and you're like trying to like brace yourself on like the wall to try to come down the stairs. And Warren, the marshal, is in bad condition. You see his breastplate like dented in, and you know for certain he's broken a few ribs, and like his helmet is kind of crushed. His shield is completely gone, like destroyed. And you help him up by grabbing his forearm and pulling him up, and you have him, like you have his arm over your shoulders, and other paladins run up to you to assist him. And one of the paladins looks at you, Warren, and says, "By the gods, you saved the marshal. That was a heroic thing you've done back there, Warren. I can't thank you enough for your admiration." And they start pulling the marshal away from you and loading him into the back of this wagon. And they're like being very gentle with him.
Do we have any clerics left?
You don't really have any clerics. Not any clerics that could heal the egregious wounds that Wretch and the marshal suffered today. Amara and Wretch come out from the tower, and you see Wretch is in bad shape. And you also see Amara is like holding him as well. He's like limping out with Amara as like a brace.
I walk up to Wretch and I'm like, "Wretch, is your leg all right?"
Oh, that dragon, even though I killed him all by myself.
What? You didn't kill... never mind.
Couldn't kill me. And he sure as hell didn't take my leg.
All right, we'll get back to Kraton and fix that up. We need to find Theodore.
You see Amara kind of passes Wretch over to you, and she runs over to like a group of like 3 paladins kind of helping the marshal, and frantically she says, "Theodore's in the ravine just ahead. We need to find him now." And the marshal kind of like inside the wagon at this point, he's like climbing in. He says, "We need to leave. We need to get to Kraton immediately. We can't suffer any more casualties, and we have quite a long ways back." And she looks at him. She says, we have to at least look a little bit. We cannot leave him if he's still alive, or even worse, wounded and alone." And you see 3 paladins. Well, he sends 3 paladins out to go look for him. Warren and Wretch, you guys.
Wretch kind of looks up at Warren and says, like, "I'll stay here. I'm pretty beat up. You should go with Amara and look."
I think you should go back to Kraton. But yeah, we're gonna go look.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat up, man. I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, there's no way you're making it.
So, Warren, you 3 paladins and Amara all attach ropes to yourselves and start to descend down this rock wall. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I will also do one for the paladins and Amara.
Okay.
Oh, Landon, that's 1. Roll the
Yes, that's not very good.
other. Oh my god, Landon.
Ooh, 18.
Oh boy. Well,
I do good.
Yeah, you did good. So Amara and the paladins are all looking around, and they're not finding anything, and they're uncovering rocks, and they're like splashing through this water, and Amara's like, "I'm not finding anything. I can't find it." The paladins, "Negative over here as well, ma'am. We're not finding anything." Warren, you are sifting through the water, and you hit something with one of your greaves. You hear a metal pink under the water. You pull up this breastplate, and it has the insignia of Pelor, the purple tabard, ripped to shreds, and then the golden sun as well on it. You see that this breastplate has a little bit of blood on it, and it is completely smashed in the back. You see like the leather straps are broken, and you see the front part of the breastplate is also crushed. You then see Theodore's helmet smashed. The right side of it is completely dented in, and you see one of his gauntlets as well, but no body.
I'm holding the breastplate and like kind of quietly I'm like, "Shit." And then, "Amara, come here. I found Theodore's armor."
The 3 paladins and Amara start rushing over and like splashing through the water, and you see she sees the breastplate, and she grabs it from you and looking at it, and just slowly you hear like tears dropping onto the breastplate, and the paladins look down, and one of them looks solemnly at you and Amara, and she says, "I'm sorry, ma'am. He died with light in his heart."
There's no body to prove he's dead.
And the other 2 paladins kind of shuffle their feet a bit, and Warren, no one could have survived this fall, especially with the armor in this condition. I don't believe our brother is with us any longer.
We have to find him. I know he's out here.
You see the sun is starting to set a bit, and from up top, the wagons have already started to leave the courtyard, and with the few horses behind, and the marshal yells down, he says, "We need to leave, everybody. We must get back to Kraton before nightfall." So, Warren, you guys start to ascend back up to the mountain after the marshal was saying that you guys need to leave, and you have the remains of Theodore's armor. You load him back into the wagon, and Amara is not saying a single word. You see she gets onto a horse, and you follow suit, getting onto another.
Yeah.
So you guys get onto the horses and start riding out from Fort Kilmere. And the marshal, because you're right next to the wagon, and he says, "Warren, we'll send a search party out for Theodore once we get back, I promise. But we've lost too many people, and we're all too in bad shape to continue to look for him. I'm sorry. Please tell Amara my regards.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
So you guys ride for some time, a couple hours, and you set up camp kind of where you guys originally were. The camp is a very, nobody is really speaking. It is just a very sad camp, basically. People are cooking meals, and that's about it. Is there anything you want to say to the marshal or anything, or do you just, not talking? Do you want to say anything to Wretch?
I'll walk up to Marshall with, Theodore's, the remaining pieces of his armor, and I'll say, do you know if Theodore had any family?
I'm afraid his parents passed away in the line of duty a couple years back. I think he's the only one of his name in Kraydon, at least I know of. The only one he had was Amara.
I'll ask her if she wants to keep his armor or if she wants to bury it.
Thank you, Warren. What you did back there was heroic. I'll make sure once we have a send-off for Theodore, if we're not able to recover his body, you will have a promotion in your future. And your goblin friend, Wretch, he did the unthinkable today. If he ever wanted to join the ranks of the Crusaders, he always has a place in our ranks.
Thank you, Marshal.
Yes, thank you, Warren. And you see he kind of just lays back down, like the marshal is just out of it. So as soon as first light rolls around, you guys start your journey to Kraydon. Arriving at Kraydon, you're being pulled from the wagons, and the horses are in front of them. When you get to the gate, you see the two paladins that are usually on watch. They look at you and see the company has been cut in a quarter. Instead of congratulating you on your expedition, they just look at you and nod, Warren, and you get led into Kraydon. You see there is a group of people at the front of the gate that were ready to congratulate when you guys returned, and when they see no Theodore, a majority of your paladins gone, many cavalry units dead, and almost no clerics, you see what was once going to be a celebration or parade has now turned into a mourning. You see the streets are silent. When you guys are walking through, people are kind of avoiding your gaze, and a few paladins rush over to the wagon, to the marshal, and to Wretch, and they start unloading the marshal, and they're like, we'll get you healed up, brother. I'll show you. And you see they start ushering him off in this little stretcher, basically, pulled by a wagon. And Wretch, they also go to pick you up as well, to put you in a stretcher, to pull you to the infirmary as well.
Wretch kind of is just like, I don't need a stretcher. I can walk there.
They look down at your foot that's all broken and bent in not a natural way, and they, Goblin, I don't think that's possible.
I said I can walk.
You get down and immediately hurt your foot, and then they kind of
using my bow to kind of
oh, like a little crutch.
Yeah, like a crutch. Yeah.
They assist you throughout the streets of Kraydon, and people that once looked at you as a feral little goblin, in the streets and stuff, giving you the side eye and the glances and stuff like that, they look at you being escorted by these paladins hurt, and word spreads fast in Kraydon, and people start clapping and cheering for you. So Wretch and Marshall are on their way to the infirmary. It's basically a little rest area for the paladins. They take people there that are wounded, and they have really high level life clerics there to heal bad wounds. Warren, you are one of the only ones that are not in critical condition or extremely banged up. You and Amara are left there with a few paladins while the wagons are taken and the horses are taken away to go also be taken care of. And you and Amara are standing in the middle of the square in the town, and she looks at you, Warren, and she says, if they can't recover his body by tomorrow, I know we'll have a send-off for him. In the meantime, I would like to be left alone for today, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I have his armor still. Do you want it?
We better turn that into the church to be blessed.
I understand.
She hangs her head low and starts to walk off, and she turns around before she gets too far away, and she says, Warren, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. We couldn't have done this without you and Wretch. I appreciate you felling this beast and, well, for saving all the lives you could. And she walks off.
Yeah.
Warren, the marshal, and Wretch are in the infirmary. You have the armor to bring to the church. Where would you like to go?
I'll go to the church first.
Okay. you make your way over to the church. But in the meantime, we're going to swap to Wretch. Wretch, you finally make your way over with the help of a few paladins and your crutch, and they put you into this room. This room is a small-ish room. It's about 10 feet wide, and it only has a single bed that you are laying in currently. A life domain cleric is kind of being your caretaker, grabbing you water and trying to set your leg a little bit, like you have like a little cast on, and they begin healing you with like divine magic and stuff. The marshal is in the room next to you, and the door opens slightly, and you hear a paladin to the life cleric and says, "The POW has been healed and is currently in the cell." And the life domain cleric looks at the other paladin and says, "Thank you. We will be down right away to question." And begins helping you again.
Wretch kind of is like, "Wait, Paladin, come back.
You see his head peeks into the door. Yes?
Can I be there for the questioning?"
You want to be there for the interrogation?
"Yes."
And he looks like the cleric and the paladin kind of look at each other. If you'd like to be, yes.
"He owes me."
They just kind of nod their head, and the paladin's like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." And he kind of slightly closes the door, and you hear on the other side of the wall, "What the fuck?" And you hear him like walk down the stairs. The cleric looks to you and says, "You need to take a day to rest. I will be back later to check on you." And you see,
to be there for that questioning.
I assure you, once the questioning begins, we will notify you.
Thank you. How is the marshal?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Just a 5, dog.
With a 5, the cleric kind of looks down and is like, he's doing good. He's doing good. You'll make a recovery for sure. Certainly.
Wretch kind of turns over, and you hear like a little sniffle, and he's just like, he says to her, he's like, "I really tried to kill that dragon as quick as I could."
You did the best you could. I heard what you did back there with the wyvern shot. It was heroic and valiant. On behalf of the Kraton Crusaders, we appreciate what you've done for our people and Kraton itself. And he holds out his hand for like a handshake.
Wretch gives him a handshake.
You clasp with the cloth wrap around his hand, and he says, "Thank you, Wretch," and walks out, and the door closes behind him. Warren, you step into the church, and you see they're holding a small meeting, and the pontifex at the front. You walk in with the armor, and the pontifex stops what he's doing and says, "Warren, I heard what happened during your expedition. I'm sorry, brother." And he holds out his hands to grab the armor.
Hand it over to him.
You see he sets it onto this like small altar, and the other paladins are just being silent, paladins and clerics. And he says, "We've sent out a search party to look for our brother Theodore. You'll be the first to know what comes of that."
Thank you.
Would you like to go to the infirmary to visit Marshall and Wretch, or do you want to go to your house, or you can even go talk to Amara if you'd like?
Nah, Amara said to be left alone.
Now's the time to slide into the DMs, man.
That's terrible.
She said to be left alone. I don't want to be that. I think I'll go to the infirmary.
Okay. Do you want to visit Wretch or the Marshal first?
I'll visit Wretch.
You buddy.
I hope you know, Wretch is turned over right now, and he is indeed crying.
Warren, you get to the infirmary, and the cleric says, "Brother Warren, you must be here for the Marshal."
Yeah, I'm here for both.
Oh, for Wretch included. Oh, all right. Wretch is in room 1, and Marshal's in room 2.
Okay, I'll head to room 1.
You walk up the wooden stairs and get to a door that has a sign, room 1. Do you want to knock or just walk in?
I'll walk in.
Wretch,
Wretch,
the door swings open.
Wretch does like the little, like, you know, like when you're like crying and your dad told you not to cry. So you do like you wipe your eyes with your forearms, you know?
Yeah.
Wretch does that. Oh, Warren, what are you doing in here?
Were you crying?
No, I would never.
Yeah, because that'd be kind of a little bitch move, but...
Dude.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Mason,
kidding.
I'm going to do a deception check. Will you do a perception?
Yeah, alright.
Oh, God.
Oh, 5. You beat.
I beat? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no, I'm not crying. You're crying over Theodore's death.
I'm actually not, but that's fine. I got you a Get Better card. I stopped at the convenience store.
Oh, well, thank you, Warren. It means a lot to me. You're my friend.
What does the card look like?
It's just a white card that says Get Better, but I want him to open it.
Wretch is kind of like, I don't know how to read this. Can you read it?
It just says Get Better. Can you open it?
Okay. Wretch opens it.
He opens it, but it's like a song that plays. It's like, Get Better, Get Better. and then Warren like grabs Wretch's hand and like closes it with him, and he's like, yeah, this was not a good idea.
There's like shitty cartoon characters in it. It's like clearly for like a kid.
Sorry, I should just put that on the desk. I shouldn't have gotten that.
No, it means a lot to me, Warren. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. How's the marshal, if you know?
I think the nurse was lying to me. She said he was doing okay.
Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna go visit him, alright?
Will you come back and tell me how he actually is?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Warren.
I also got the Marshall Get Better card, but as he's walking to his room, it's the same card. Warren's like, that was a bad idea. Just throws it away before.
Warren, you go to room 2, but you see a paladin is standing guard at the door. He says, Warren, the paladin is currently recovering, sir.
So, can I enter?
I was given orders not to let anyone see him.
Who gave you the orders?
An adept knight.
Oh, well, I'm higher ranked than that, so let me in.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, okay. Oh. An 8.
With an 8, he's like, Warren, I'm gonna be honest with you, Warren.
All right.
You don't want to see him right now. He looks pretty bad.
I saved him though. I mean, I'm sure he's not in a good condition, but I just at least want to make sure his recovery is steady.
He sighs and kind of creaks the door open, and the paladin says, ma'am, Brother Warren is here to check on the paladin. And you hear them kind of talking back and forth, and he says, but he's the one who saved him. He should have the honor of at least saying hello.
I just need to know his condition. I don't have to see him. I just want the truth. Is he gonna make it or not?
You see the cleric sidesteps into the doorway, and she says, he should make it. He's in a coma at the moment. His body went into shock after we found one of his lungs punctured. He will make it, but he's not in any state to talk. So if you'd like to see him, you may. It's nothing much to see.
No, I just wanted to know if he would make it.
I'm sorry we didn't have better news for you, brother. I apologize. And she walks back in and closes the door gently. And you see the paladin kind of like has his hands to his sides and goes, yeah, that's why I didn't want to show you, but you pressed, so.
Oh, I was just trying to know.
Making him feel like a piece of shit.
Does his wife and children know?
His wife knows, yes, but his children do not yet.
That's good enough. Thank you.
So you walk back into Wretch's room. You guys have a little under 24 hours before the search party gets back. Is there anything you want to do in the meantime? Do you want to recuperate?
How fast will Wretch's recovery be?
After being healed and kind of resting for a minute, Wretch is gonna be okay. Well,
right.
Wretch should be okay.
Is he still in the infirmary though? Like, are we?
Wretch is gonna be in the infirmary pretty much for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Okay. Before I leave Wretch's room again, I'll just say, do you have a place to stay?
Besides here, only your place?
Yeah, sure. You're still welcome.
I appreciate that. Can we maybe not do the whole bath thing again?
Well, you kind of have to do that, but since you're...
Who says I gotta do it?
Because it's proper etiquette, but since you're hurt, we won't do a bath.
Wretch just he sheds another tear of happiness. It's the only tear of happiness. Wretch will say, hey Warren, do you think you could bust me out of here? I don't want to be here anymore.
What?
I would rather just hang out at your house, honestly.
I mean, I'm not gonna break you out, I'm gonna ask.
Ah, come on. I thought we were buds.
We are, but I think you should stay in here, but I can ask if you want.
Okay, I just didn't know how to ask them if I could leave.
Yeah, you can ask. I mean, do you want me to, or do you
Yeah,
want to?
I want you to.
Alright, I'll go find your cleric.
Walking out, you see the cleric is not too far away. She's always kind of, or he is always kind of around, and you see him standing in the hallway.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can Wretch leave yet?
What? He has a broken leg. No, I don't think it would be wise for him to leave. You're more than welcome to stay with him if you'd like.
Oh, please stay. Right, come back in, Mason. Come back in. Okay, wait, hang on. Does Rich hear that?
Yeah, you kind of overhear it in the hallway.
Okay, yeah. Mason, come back in. Rich is gonna say something.
Okay, I'm just gonna go check on Wretch real quick.
So, would you like to sleep here with me?
Sure, I'll have the uncomfy dad pregnancy couch.
Yeah, there's like a shitty rickety chair in the corner
Oh,
that just faces Wretch the whole time.
I'll stay with you, buddy.
okay. I was gonna say, Rich asks, like, Warren, do you think Amara is gonna be okay?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I think she'll get out of this. She's always been strong-minded and always brave, more than I ever been. So I'm sure she'll get out of it.
You know, I think she'll be okay because she's as strong as my pretty pearl.
That must be one strong horse.
She's not a horse, Warren. She's a donkey.
Oh, that's one strong donkey.
So you guys are just kind of talking back and forth, and Wretch, you eventually fall asleep. Warren, you fall asleep for maybe 20 minutes through the night. You just can't get comfortable.
So, like, Warren gets uncomfy and he, like, tries to sneak by opening the door.
Rich wakes up and is like, Warren, can I ask you a question?
He, like, sighs. He's like, yep, what is it?
How come you became a paladin?
Me?
Yeah.
He, like, releases his hand slowly from the door. He goes, sits back in the uncomfy chair.
Rich kind of does like the little pat on the bed, like, there's a lot of room behind here.
Oh, you want him to sit on the bed?
You can sit on the bed with me because I'm like the size of a fucking pillow.
Warren, like, stands up and he, like, kind of breathes out. He's like, this is a lot. All right, yeah, I'll sit with you, bud.
Rich kind of undoes his blouse a little bit.
What? The reason I became a paladin, I guess it started, well, basically from birth. My parents trained me. They got me ready for the little entry exam, which you start the little entry exam around 13 years old. So I get there and I kind of pass with flying colors because I was already being trained from my parents. So I'm able to defeat some of the other children in safe combat and show my wits or whatever else they need you to show. So I get accepted into the school of the Kraydon Crusaders, and long years of boring studying, the typical stuff a Crusader must go through. I passed that pretty well, but at around 15, you get your first task. It's called heretic hunting or judging a sinner. Those were the typical names it was called. So all the kids get assigned their mission, and I get assigned mine. My mission is to go judge a sinner up in a tower near the Jagged Expanse.
Are you
So,
the one who judges him, or is he sentenced to death?
well, it's to mostly prove if we are truly ready. So I get there after some traveling with my low rations and whatnot they give you. So I get there and I enter, and he's standing there at an altar, and he said, I've been expecting you. I could see your little scouts scouting me. I knew this time would come. And he immediately fires a bolt of fire at me, but I'm quick to dodge it. So after a little bit of combat, I hit him basically not at all, but he hits me a lot. Beats me and hits me all over the floor and against the walls, and he has this spell. It's kind of like what you do, the little thorn whip.
Okay.
He activates that. I try to block it, splits my sword in half, splits my helmet in half right across my eye. Gives me a gnarly, nasty scar. and go almost immediately unconscious. He continues to beat me and basically torture me, but little did I know my parents were following behind me, and they enter the tower. They kill him, and they're the last two I see before I finally black out. But they take me back to their little camp that they had, and they fix me up a bit, and they tell me, the one you were tasked with, the mission, the heretic hunting you were tasked with, was a lot harder. You were set up by your own teacher, by your peers. They were trying to get rid of you, and I just couldn't even believe it. I just sat there in shock. But my parents said, you could still become a crusader. Just take the credit for the kill, and you can become the crusader that you want to be. So we head back, and I don't really talk to my parents. And I get back, and there's these group of kids. They're unscathed, and they're laughing at me, calling me names, saying how weak I am. The teacher's even laughing. He doesn't even care. He doesn't try to stop. And because everyone was tasked with a lower job, and they say that I'm a fraud and that I shouldn't even become a crusader. So I'm down in the dumps. I'm angry at my parents because they did it for me, and I feel like I didn't do it at all. I feel like they lied to me.
Did anyone ever find out it was your parents?
Yeah, everyone already knew. But they still allowed me to continue. But I was on my own. I was bullied every day, told that I was nothing. But that's when Amara came. She's the only person who actually cared, who showed me that I'm not alone, that I can be brave. So I continued to train every day, and I vowed to beat those kids who put me in the dumps. So I became one of the top of my class. I was able to pass and become the crusader I am today. But I don't remove my helmet. I don't even really take off my armor, because the trauma and the scars that just haunts me to this day. It's like a looming shadow that I could never seem to shake. So that is why I'm a crusader.
You know, I relate a lot to you in the bullying.
Oh yeah?
My clan, because they never gave me one of the, what did your one armorer say, standard issue?
Yeah.
Shooty things?
Yes.
Far away killers? What is this called? I don't know.
It's called a flintlock pistol.
No, the little thing right here. And then he points to like the bow and arrow.
A bow and arrow?
Yeah, they never let me use them, but so they always gave me clubs, and I had a pickaxe at one time, and I just could never use them very well. They started calling me Wretch, because the only thing I was ever good at was taking care of Pearl.
So your name isn't Wretch?
I don't have a name.
Who were your parents?
Don't know.
What was your childhood even like? Was it just that the whole time?
My childhood was mostly taking care of Pearl and pulling a cart were my duties.
Wow, that couldn't have been easy.
Warren, would you make me a promise?
What is it?
Would you help me kill the ones who took Pearl from me?
I know how that feels. And yeah, I'll help you.
I will help you, no matter what, to find Theodore and to cleanse the jagged expanse of my kind.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Theodore is honestly alive. So maybe lay off the cat calling at Amara. She probably won't enjoy that right now.
I wasn't going to. She is the most beautiful lady I've ever seen, though.
Ain't she?
Reg kind of does like a little,
I have like a cooler of beers.
You guys suddenly hear a knock at the door, and you see the Pontifex himself opens the door, and he says, "Good, both of you are here." And you see he kind of lowers his voice after, and he says, "Wretch, how are you holding up?"
I mean, I'm trying to get out of here as soon as I can so I can go and find something valuable to me.
Speaking like a true crusader already. We value your support and your fighting spirit here, Wretch. And I wanted to... And he kind of pauses and takes a second. We just broke the news to Amara, but we were unable to find Theodore. We found his horse, but no sign of Theodore. And the ravine, it leads into an even deeper chasm that our tools were not able to access. It goes straight into the Underdark. And you guys know the Underdark as like just it's basically an entire other world down there, underneath underneath you guys. And the Underdark is home to some of the most egregious creatures in Varus. And he says, "We are having a send-off for Theodore tomorrow morning at first light. But the reason why I've came to both of you is because since we are having the send-off, I didn't want to do this in front of Amara and the other paladins that are grieving their brother. And I know you two are as well, but this is unethical, I understand, but it must be done by the rankings of our brothers, Warren and Wretch. You two fought the tyrant of the Kraydon Crusaders. It was not an easy task by any means. I can't give my gratitude enough to both of you. That is why Warren, and he undoes a box. Like, he pulls it from the back of his satchel, undoes a box, and you see a seal that has a sun and then also has a sword through it. And he says, Warren, if you would accept this honor and boon of the Kraydon Crusaders, I would promote you to Grand Knight.
Yes, I will accept it.
And he holds the box out, and you grab the boon, and where do you place it?
On my chest, it's like a medal.
Yeah, you place it, and you return your knight seal, and he turns to you, Wretch, and says, although you are not a part of our ranks, I want to also give you this. And you see there's another little pendant next to Warren's old pendant now. And this one has it's like a arrow, and then it also has a circle, so it's like an arrow and then the circle around it. And he says, we had this specially crafted just for you, Wretch. We've never really had to do this before, but I wanted to show our appreciation. All of Kraydon wanted to. You're quite a big name in the town and the church itself now, Wretch, and here. And he gives you this little pendant and says, this was not blessed, because I understand you have different views of our god Pelor, but we all want you to know that Pelor was looking down on you and wants you to know that your brave efforts in assisting his children of the light has not gone unnoticed. We also have a gift for you, aside from this. It is, and you see, he pulls out another, a thing from his satchel, and he says, I heard what happened with Arius, our quartermaster, and I apologize that you got into that with him. He has been reprimanded, but...
Oh, dude, he didn't do anything.
No, he was reprimanded. He did not good. But he did make this for you as and he air quotes, I'm sorry. It was very difficult to get this from him, but he ended up doing it, finally. He does not like you, Rich. He's probably one of the only people in Kraydon that does not like you. And he hands a flintlock pistol to you, Rich. One of these, from what you called it, faraway shooty things. This is for you. Oh, and also, Arius did have a message, if you'd like me to read it to you.
Rich is I would love it.
It's not very nice.
I would love it.
Kind of clears his throat, unravels a paper, he says, and now this is coming straight from Arius. This is not coming from me. I am a man of Pelor, and I would never speak to another comrade like this. This is another reason why he's reprimanded. Tell that... Oh, goodness. Tell that piece of shit goblin that this is not standard issue, yet I still have to make it for, oh boy, the language, this little asshole so that he can get off my back. Love, Arius. P.S. I would have kicked your ass the first time if Dada did not pull me off. And...
Rich kind of does this little, Where is he stationed at? I would like to go visit him in the morning to thank him.
You two are being split up on purpose. I cannot disclose this information.
I just want to tell him thank you, that's it.
I'm sorry.
Warren will be there to make sure no altercation happens.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Just send our thank you.
No. I have to say it in person.
Well,
Wretch. I promise you can throw me in the jail cells with that hobgoblin. If I do anything other than say thank you, you can throw me in there.
And he kind of pinches the bridge of his nose and looks at you, Warren, and goes, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. And he looks to you and he says, at first light, I expect you to at Theodore's send-off.
We'll be there.
Thank you. And Wretch, I hope you start to recover and have a good night, both of you. And you see he exits the room.
Little shooty faraway thing.
So, first light comes around, and you help Wretch out of his little bed, and you guys make your way towards the church. Entering into the church, you see lined on the pews are paladins sitting, but you also see Mara standing in the right-hand side off on, the wing of the church. She's not sitting down, and she's by herself just watching this. You see the Pontifex makes eye contact with you two, and you guys find a seat in the front, You see, he places the armor onto this altar, and with the incense, like you saw with the first paladin that died in the line of duty, and you also see the helmets of all the paladins and clerics also on this as well. You see lots of helmets. There's like 30 to almost 40 helmets of paladins and clerics on here. He says, "We lost many brothers and sisters to this fight, but they did not, and their sacrifice will not be in vain. We will find the reasoning of our enemies returning, and we will slay them like we've slayed everything else in Kraydon. And we will cleanse this world once more and make it safe for everyone who may not protect themselves." And he showers the incense over the armor. Warren and Rhett, you see the smoke cascading and pouring into all of like the divots and broken parts of this armor, just a blanket of fog over all of this. And you see Amara starts to just break down. And he says, "This is a send-off for our brother and sisters." And you see he holds his arm across his chest. "I am a ray of light, warm, bright, and indomitable." And everyone nods, and they start to filter out. And the Pontifex comes up to you, Warren, and says, "I am sorry that we had to do this on such short notice and right after everything that happened, but I did find some information on our enemy. The only thing that I know is obviously the dragons are coming back, and they're different, and they're aggressive, and, well, they're not normal dragons. And we also brought back some of the lizard folk. They had an odd anatomy to them." And you see he pulls up his journal and says, "We got the reports that the tissue and tendons were artificial in some sort, and do have a lead that could lead you to our enemy." And he says, "The reason why you two have been chosen for this task is because, well, the dragon knew you. We have theory that you may be the answer to our problem here. And all the way from the top, from the king, and the King Ganeth Lightmark and Queen Mela have both given their word that it is peril that you leave Kraydon in search of your answers. You have been granted your absence of leave from Kraydon, brother. The one you must speak to is in the Malachite Forest. He goes by the name the Omniscient. I know nothing of this, but from rumors, this thing or man, whatever it may be, has been alive for thousands of years. Since this enemy is of ancient, if anyone is to know what is happening, it would be the Omniscient, and that is where your mission shall take you." He says, "Good luck, brothers. I bid you farewell. May Pelor watch over you on your travels."
May Pelor watch over you.
And you. And you guys start heading out of the church. Is there anywhere you want to go before you leave Kraydon for your adventure?
I want to go talk to Iridus, or whatever his name is.
Arius?
Arius.
Okay, if you want to. You go up to the quartermaster.
He's still
do you want to
here?
knock on the door?
Yep, I knock on the door.
I thought he was gone.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's still in his area. They've split them up.
Oh, okay.
I enter the shop.
You enter the shop, and you see your rival back turned and smacking a armor trying to repair it, and he turns around and he goes, "God damn it!" He goes, "I thought that was going to get you off of my back. What else do you want?"
"I kicked your ass!
God fucking damn it!
Don't do this. Don't do this. Wretch, say what you have to say and get out.
I am, Warren!
No, you promised you would just say thank you and leave.
I don't.
Wretch, as your father, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna put my foot up your ass.
Wretch, he's gonna do a little dexterity check.
Well, no, he's gonna jump at him.
Can I stop him? I grab him.
Yeah, give me a post dex check of Wretch.
Post dex check. I just need to beat a whatever Caden
A
got.
13.
Okay.
Oh no!
No, come on. Let me use strength.
Wretch lunges at him and goes,
You Wretch enemy, and he goes,
No.
God damn it, Wretch! And he like starts pushing you around.
Stop!
And get thrown to the ground.
I pull Wretch up. Stop!
can I keep doing like, yeah, I want to do an opposed dex check to see if I can just keep
Can
on
I
him.
use strength?
Sure, you can use strength to yank him off now.
Oh, Mason, you gotta be the 19.
Oof.
Nat 20! Nat 20!
A nat 20? Oh, Wretch, you get yanked. You get.
Grabs me by the scruff.
And Warren, you escort him out.
No, wait. As I'm being escorted, I'm yelling like, "Motherfucker! I used a goddamn line shot. Standard issue, my ass! Motherfucker! I beat your ass twice now."
He just flips you off, and he's like, "Next time I see you, I'm killing you. I don't care
Oh
if that gets me court-martialed. You're dead. You're fucking dead to me, Wretch." And the door slams behind you.
Wretch, what the fuck was that? We talked about this shit.
It was mean to me.
No, I should smack the shit out of you for that stupid.
Oh
Oh my
God,
god,
Wretch.
Wretch, you pissed me off.
Oh God. All right. Do you guys start to exit Kraton?
Yeah.
I actually asked Warren after I kind of let him cool down. Can we maybe go see Amara?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Amara
You
was in
maybe
the
stay
church.
outside.
Wait, no, she's my friend too.
Yeah, but I think you're in timeout.
She's my friend.
Stay outside.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys see Amara in the corner of the church, and the Pontifex is kind of talking to her and consoling her, and she sees you guys enter the church, and she kind of dismisses the Pontifex, and she starts walking towards you, like to the outside of the church, and meets you in the courtyard of there. So Reg, you're gonna be a part of this. She walked outside, and she makes sure no one is around, and she says, "Warren and Wretch, thank you for being there for Theodore and all of our fallen brothers and sisters. I asked if I could depart on this journey with you, and the Pontifex said that my work in Kraton would be better used here." And she looks around one more time and says, "But fuck that. I would not want to just sit here while you two risk your lives out there and I lose 2 other friends to this."
Maybe a friend and a lover you lose?
You say that?
No.
She says, "I'm going with you. I know this will get me in a lot of trouble, but I have to go. I want to spread the word of Pelor with you and smite down our enemies for Theodore and all of Kraton, and Pelor himself. I will not just sit here and wait while you two risk everything.
I was gonna ask if you were coming on this journey.
I will be there.
Do you want me to talk to him and maybe see if I can convince him?
I think he's pretty dead set on me staying here, but screw what he says. I must go."
All right, let's head it then.
You guys set off on your journey to the Malachite Forest. You guys pass walking through the swamp, and you're starting to slowly see that the swamp is starting to dissipate and going into more of like a grasslands. Like the scenery is starting to change and is starting to become like more of a defined path per se. Warren, you would have a map of where the Malachite Forest actually is. So it is north as you're walking towards the Malachite Forest. This is going to take a few days worth of travel, but going along this main path, you get to a small like clearing and walk through these trees, and you see a village is standing before you. This village is not on the map, and you're kind of confused on how this is actually like here, because you have Lundry and you have Beaconsdale, which are the 2 towns next to Kraton, like the closest towns to there. And this is before Lundry and Beaconsdale. And what you see is nestled between the Malachite Forest and Kraton, the quaint village of the Rolling Hills is primarily inhabited by halflings through various other races. can be found here throughout the community, and you take a deep breath and the air is filled with cooking meats and fresh crops, and then complemented by like a gentle breeze that flows through. Scattering across the landscape, halfling burrows dot the hillsides with wisps of smoke curling through their chimneys, and at the village's main entrance a lively scene unfolds as residents gather around to dance and prepare meals, creating a vibrant atmosphere that reflects the warmth and camaraderie of this charming town. You walk into this main little square and you see all these little halfling holes, and to your right you see like a blacksmith inside of this hill, and you see like people up on a stage kind of performing, and this older halfling kind of makes eye contact with you, kind of looks at you, and she runs over and she says, "Oh, new faces, how are you? My name is Mother Aurelia. Nice to see you. What brings you to the Rolling Hills?"
We're just passing through.
"Oh, passing through. No one passed through the Rolling Hills. This is the town where new beginnings, and this will also... Here, come. And she runs over, and there's like a little pot that somebody's making stuff with, and she takes a spoon, she goes, try this. And Reg, she goes to put the spoon in your mouth.
Reg would gladly have it done.
She like puts the stew in your mouth, and it's like a bone broth base with like a few potatoes in there and like a little chunk of meat. And she says, my name's Mother Aurelia, and she points to the blacksmith over area over there, and she goes, that is our town's blacksmith, Ardvek. He's the local town blacksmith, and he has 3 helpers, Finny, Linny, and Renny. There are 3 kobolds that help him. And you see, as soon as she says that, you hear, "Out of my way!" And you see a kobold on a boar just smash through like a bunch of crates, and people are like screaming and like moving to the side, and you see these other two kobolds follow behind him, and you see he stops dead in his tracks right in front of you, and you see Amara kind of winces, and you see he has a little like swashbuckler hat with a feather, and you see he has a rapier at his side, and he goes, "The name's Renny." And then the one to the left of him says, "Mine's Finny," and the one right goes, "I'm Lenny. And what brings you to this town, traitor?" And shing, he pulls out his rapier and points it at you, Warren.
Reg looks at Warren and is just like, "I don't like him. We should."
Warren like nods and agrees. He doesn't like him either.
Yeah, so he pulls out his rapier and says, "Traitors, what are you doing in this town?" And you see this large dragonborn start to approach, and he goes, "You 3, what are you doing?" And they kind of look at him and they go, "We're just talking to the new customers." You see he walks up to you 3 and says, "Oh, nice to see different faces in this town. What's your names?"
My name's Warren.
Reg kind of has like a flashback of killing the dragon, and he kind of hides behind Imara.
You see Amara, no smile on her face or anything, just looks to Ardvek and says, "Amara." And you see he's like a red dragonborn. He's huge. He's big. And he's got like horns that come down to the back of his head. And he goes, "Don't mind these 3. They're my any quote-unquote helpers. They do more damage than they do good here." And Mother Aurelia goes, "Yes, this is and she gestures to them, and then she points to a house, well, a little hole in the hill, and she says, "And over there, that is our town wizard. Her name is Thurna Warmsong. If you need any trinkets or baubles, she could do that. My son used to be the one to do that. He went missing a few days ago. Well, a week now, but you know, it's all right. She does good work. She does good work."
All right.
And she kind of looks around. She goes, "Oh, I almost forgot. Tonight is the summer dance, and we would love for you to stay."
We have a job to do.
Actually, better idea. Come with me. Come. And she grabs you, Warren, by the hand, and she starts leading you guys off. She starts leading you around the town and kind of showing you the town. And she goes, "You come for dinner. It is good. You have been traveling far too long. And Warren, you kind of think like, oh, you could have a bite to eat. Like, you're not too hungry, but it is kind of nice."
Warren kind of sees Wretch holding his tummy. He's like, I'm real hungry. I haven't had pig meat in a minute.
Sure, we'll stay for a bite.
Just one, and the summer dance,
I don't know if we have time for this dance.
No, you do have time. And you get led to, like, presumably her home. She opens the door and you see a long table in the middle of this quite large little hole, in the hill. It has a circular door that she opens up, and there's food already on the table. You see a nice warm fire is crackling, with like a nice scent of sweet pine. And you see like pictures along the walls of this younger halfling. He looks about 22 to 23. And there's an older gentleman holding like his shoulder in these pictures, and she is also behind these two. And you see these pictures are all over the place, and you see like a flower at the fireplace with a picture of the older halfling man looking stoic with like trinkets at his side. And she says, well, what brings you into the Rolling Hills village? It is so good to see a new face.
We're just passing through to get to the Malachite Forest.
Yes, the Malachite Forest, that is a long journey from here. Are you sure you don't want to stay the night here? And we would take very, very good care of you, I promise, I assure you.
I mean, I don't doubt it.
Reg kind of looks at Warren and is just like, I kind of have a bad feeling about this.
I mean, I don't doubt you won't take care of us.
Of course, I anything you need, you can even stay here. I want to help as many people as I can. My son used to do the same. Oh, my sweet young man was a great drinker.
Can Reg, like, kind of stealthily, like, say something to Warren?
Yeah.
So, with a stealth, that's going to be a +7. So, 16?
Okay.
Hey, Warren, I kind of don't get good vibes from this lady.
Ow!
She's too nice.
Yeah, I feel like
Like-
if we eat this stew, we're gonna turn into pigs or something.
Reg kind of goes, I wouldn't mind that.
Well, that's a bad thing.
But I almost, I don't know, man.
Just stay on guard and...
The Crusaders were nice, but she's too nice.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Just stay on alert and we'll be fine.
You guys, are you not eating the stew then?
I wait for Wretch to eat the stew before I do.
Reg kind of does like the num num. So good.
Yeah, Amara like sees you guys not eating the stew, and she's like, "Do we not eat the stew? Like, what's going on here?"
Wretch, eat the stew.
Why me?
Because you wouldn't mind being turned into a pig.
Reg, like I imagine like Warren kind of like kicks his like little foot, and Reg is like, "You son of a bitch." And so he puts the spoon in his mouth.
Okay, you put the spoon in your mouth, and this broth and stew tastes really good. Like, probably one of the best meals you've ever had, because you're used to eating, like, goblin food that's just, like, off the ground. And the Kraton food is, like, for you, since you're part of the military, is just basically the equivalent of a fantasy MRE. Like, not good food at all. But this is, like, one of the best stews you've ever tasted. Mother Aurelia is just sitting and eating, and she says, "What is your mission? If you're not able to tell me, I completely understand."
Yeah, we're not able to disclose.
That's all. Quite all right. And Amara looks up and she says, "So, what's with all these pictures around your house?" And she points to one of them and she says, "Oh, that's my son. That is my son, Osgin. He was our town tinkerer after his father passed away a few years ago. He did many good inventions for us, many good. Like the instant harvester. It didn't really work. Anytime it would run rampant and start cutting everything down, even though it wasn't crops. Oh, and also he made the automatic fire starter. But it would explode as soon as he lit the fuse. So, not very... he was learning, and he was a good kid. He was a very good kid. But he would help pay for the rolling hills, crops and everything like that. He would go trade with other people, and he would set out on expeditions for a few weeks at a time to go sell his inventions. But he hasn't been back in some time, and she laughs a little bit. I'm starting to worry just a little bit, but he usually turns up. He usually turns up. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, and this, and she runs into a room and grabs two things. You say she grabs a lamp. It's like a lantern with no candle or anything, and it's like kind of gold, and you see there's like a light blue glow from the inside of it, and she says, this is one of his best inventions. Him and his father both worked on this. This is what it was supposed to be is you could take someone's spirit and help them pass on to the next life. He was trying to help his father because he knew that it was soon time.
How does it help them move on to the next life? What?
Well, it takes their spirit and puts it into the lantern, and you're able to release them.
Sounds like just trapping a soul. What?
Well, sometimes souls are not able to pass on their own from where they're at or unfinished business.
I don't trust this lady.
And then she pulls out another invention. You see a large gold flat key with a circle in the middle that's split into 3 sections. As soon as she pulls this out, you and Wretch Warren give me wisdom saving throws.
Oh.
You said wisdom?
Yes.
So she is not good. Cool. A nice 7.
I got an 18, plus 3.
Okay. Wretch and Warren, when she pulls out this key, in your head, you hear, grab the key, grab the key, grab the key, grab the key. It's the answer. And Warren, your head starts to throb with pain, and Wretch, your head, you seem okay, but you still hear these voices, and you snap out of it.
Wretch does one of the good old classic, jumps right for the key.
You grab the key, and as soon as you grab the key, you feel it starts to vibrate in your hand. She goes, you could have just asked. I would have let you see his invention. Well, he found this one, but, he's trying to make it work. And when you hold this key into your hand, you have a feeling. You have a feeling that this key was meant for something. When you look at it, it's almost like the equivalent of finding a soulmate, basically. Like, you just know. Something about it is different than
Wretch
just an
already
object.
has a soulmate. Her name
God,
is
it's Pearl.
No.
You're looking at this strange key, and you see it has like 3 notches on it, and like the circles that split into 3 different sections. And Warren, when Wretch has this key, you start to feel a warm feeling inside of your chest. And Wretch, you feel the same.
Okay.
You said he found this key?
Yes, one day he came back with this key. It was an odd... I'm not too sure. He said that he found it in the woods one day. It just fell from the sky, which was odd. The only thing that falls from the sky is his invention of the bird. The birdcopter. Yes, he tried to make something that fly and
I don't
crashed.
need his invention.
Oh, okay.
Something is definitely up with that key. It's magical of some sort.
Anything he did wasn't really magical, per se.
No, he didn't do that key. That key's not his, and something is up with it.
Well, I'm not too sure about any of his inventions, his silly inventions. I love my boy. But, I mean, if you would like to know more about this, him and Thurna, Wormsong they were good friends. So if anyone would know anything about his inventions, it would be her.
Where is she?
Oh, she's just located on the other side of the hill. It's not too far of a walk. I can take you there if you'd like.
Should we go visit her, Wretch?
Yeah, why not?
We'll go visit.
Amara's like, okay, we'll set out. And she goes, no. The boys will go do this. You and me, we will go to the inn. And Amara's like, I need to stick with my comrades. I'm sorry. She goes, no, the summer dance is almost here.
No, lady, listen, she's coming with me.
If you insist, but please make it back to the inn in time for the summer dance. It is when sundown starts.
We'll see.
And she goes to, like, looks at you, Wretch, and she goes, at least you will have a fun time. Goblins love to dance, I know. you will love summer dance.
I don't even know what dancing is.
Really? Rhett, she grabs you, and she starts like leading in like a fun, like kind of like a square dance a little bit. Like she's just swinging you around and stuff. And she goes, "Now this is dancing." Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Wow, 17.
With a 17, you start to get into it, and you start to follow her lead. And she goes, "Look, a natural at dancing. You will be great addition to summer dance. Cannot wait to see you."
Wretch is now excited for the dancing.
So she says, after you guys kind of stop dancing for a second, she says, "Well, give Thurna a visit, and I hope to see you later. You have fun, and I hope your bellies are full for your next mission." And you guys exit her little home, and you walk around to the, back to the town square, and you see a little halfling hole, and it has like a fireball and then like a staff, kind of indicating that this could be where you need to be.
Okay, enter.
You just enter?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You open the door and you see...
how's that supposed to do?
You open the door and you see a gnome. She has like blonde short hair and like blue robes on, and she has like a wand at her side, and she looks and she goes, "Oh goodness. Who are you?" And she pulls out her wand and she's like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
We're travelers. I was told to come here by some dude's mom. I forgot his name.
Some dude's mom? Are you talking about Osgood?
Yeah, him.
He's been missing for about a week and a half now.
Yeah, we have this key.
It's kind of weird. It's talking to me.
Yeah, Wretch, hand it over.
What did you say? It's talking to you?
Yeah, I'm not too good with the magic stuff.
What do you mean it's talking to you? This key is not worthless. It's made out of solid gold, so obviously it could be sold. But me and Osgood sat up.
Just touch it, lady.
Okay, and she goes to touch it, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't hear anything. What? Why are you pulling my chain? I don't understand."
It was saying that it's the key. It's the answer. I don't know.
Yeah, why does it talk to us but no one else? Amara, did you hear it?
And Amara goes, I don't think so. And she kind of grabs the key and she says, I don't hear a word.
This must have something to do with me
Pretty
and
lady,
Wretch.
do you have that thing where a cleric can sense evil or
Um,
good?
Yes, sense evil and good.
I think yeah. Can you maybe try that on it?
I could. I mean, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And she is going to cast detect. Do you want to do detect magic or protection from
all.
evil and good?
I was
Do
gonna
it
say
all.
both.
Dude, this key's making us look like we're schizophrenic.
She is going to do the detect magic on it, and you see she goes, "Oh my god, but by Palor, this is off the charts. What the hell?"
Some kind of magic user we got here, huh, Warren?
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it as friends.
You see, Thurna looks to you and says, "Me and Osgood stayed up wee hours in the nights and could never figure this out, and you just waltz into town and all of a sudden are exclaiming that this is speaking to you? What is your motive here? Who even are you?"
Well, you see, my motive here is I'm trying to dance with you tonight, and I need to make a good impression.
Ooh.
Wait, did you say you're trying to dance with me?
Yeah.
All right, right.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage, Wretch.
Oh.
What?
Get double nat
Disadvantage.
20s.
Disadvantage.
You are an ugly goblin. Double
You
nat
also
20s.
have not helped your case at all.
But which lady?
Did you just call me a witch? I am a respected wizard. I have worked very hard for this.
I don't know what you are.
I am a wizard. What the hell
Wretch,
is...
this is bad. Maybe you should just stop.
And she pinches the top of her nose and she goes, "Okay, all right. Obviously, you guys know something."
Okay, well, how about this? This is my key now, and
Whoa.
no one can have it unless you dance with me tonight.
That is... What? That is blackmail. Or...
It's not blackmail. It's my key. She gave it to me. It's mine.
Look, he doesn't mean this. Just ignore him.
And she kind of
What?
looks and she goes, "Just come inside and let me explain."
Warren, this is my key.
It's
No one
our
can have
key.
it. No, it's
ours.
my key. It's my key. I grabbed it from the lady. It's my property.
I take the key out of his hand.
I want to do a post strength check.
Okay, go ahead, do a post strength check.
What is up with me and rolling so bad?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He rolled even worse. You see Amara, you guys are like fighting, you're like, give me the key. And he's like, no. And Amara goes, you two, enough. God, it's like traveling with 2 children.
After Warren gets called a child by Amara, he like stands straight and he's just gritting his teeth. He's so pissed off.
Warren does have the key. And
I bush rush into the fucking bookshelf. like a light shove. Like it looks like I didn't do it.
Thurna looks at Amara and she goes, you're traveling with these 2? And Amara kind of looks like pensive and just goes, yeah.
No, stop.
We are.
Please.
And she goes, I'm sorry.
No, we need to get to the bottom of this key. Clearly it's connected to me and Wretch, just like how the dragon knew our names, but no one else.
You see Thurna, when you say that, she goes, what the hell? A dragon? Did you say dragon?
There was a black dragon.
Dragon. That's what they're...
Wretch like stands up after being pushed from the shelf and he says, I killed that dragon all by myself.
Not by himself. We were all there.
I killed that dragon, Warren. That was me. Without me, you all would have died.
You see Amara looks at you with like a smug look on her face and she says, so me loading the ballista did not mean anything, I guess?
Same with me. I did it too. Whatever. That doesn't matter. It's key.
Thurna looks and she goes, you are a very put together group. She gestures for you to put the key on the table and she says, this key here has never been anything. We were actually going to sell this to any of the highest bidders for gold for the Rolling Hills. And a Kraton Crusader, a Paladin, and a Cleric, and then a little goblin waltzes into town a week and a half later that this was found, and all of a sudden exclaims that this is speaking to them.
It is.
Do you
Amara
understand?
even checked the magic.
And then exclaiming that you killed a dragon, where dragons we all know have been gone for hundreds of years.
We really did kill a dragon.
I mean, do you understand how insane this sounds?
I understand, but we really did. Someone was controlling the dragon. The dragon knew our name, mine and this goblin's name.
Well,
now this key is speaking to us. We waltzed into here because we're just trying to get through.
The only person that I know that would have any idea about this key would be Osgood himself, but he's been missing since he went to Lundry to go sell his trinkets.
You're telling me the one that would have the answer to this is someone who has failed all their inventions?
Excuse me? He didn't fail all of his inventions. They're mock-ups. They're still in the testing phase, all right? He is a very smart man, but...
So we have to find this man and then we'll have our answer?
I mean, I guess he's always gone for a couple weeks at a time, but he hasn't wrote back or anything, and I'm getting a little worried about him. But
do you at least know where he last went?
1 second. And she runs over and she grabs this like note, and it has like a list of all these trinkets and stuff, and then she flips it over on the back and she goes, "These are his 3 top people that he sells to." You see Zinrin Voldasta, you see Torquil Winterspark, and Lucian Uni. These are the 3 names that I know of, and they all live in Lundry. This is your best guess onto where he would be at.
All right.
I know that he usually sells to Lucian the most because he couldn't... I don't know the entire story, but Lucian got hurt in an accident at work, and now he's wheelchair bound, so... all of these inventions, he's been trying to find one that would help Lucian walk again one day. That's all I know.
So wait. Who's the one that's wheelchair bound?
Lucian Uni.
No. But is he the one that's related to the lady we were just at?
What do you mean? Lucian Uni is one of Osgin's customers.
Oh, okay. Because she was saying that her son went missing, so I was wondering if that's who that is.
No, so her son, Osgin went missing about a week and a half ago. Well, missing, quote unquote. He usually is gone for a couple weeks at a time, but he usually will write back, and no one's gotten a letter yet.
Okay.
And,
sorry, I was just a little confused.
No, yeah, you're good. Thurna is like, I don't even know what to make of this. I really don't. You 3, and she looks at Amara, no offense to you, and she goes, "You're good, girl." She goes, "I this is odd. You guys just roll into town, say a key that me and Oskin spent night after night investigating and no conclusion. Yet you guys claim it speaks to you and then kill a dragon out of all things. That's the weirdest of it all.
Look, I see how it's weird, but I've explained to you enough, and I'm not doing it anymore.
All right. Well, also, if you guys want to hide here, the summer dance is going to take place tonight. If you don't want to dance, I suggest you don't go there because it is, well, quite annoying, to say the least. It takes me away from work for far too long, and there's far too many people. It is just not my cup of tea. So if you guys want to hide out here for the night and leave at first light, you're more than welcome to.
Guess that's up to everyone. Amara, do you just want to leave, or?
I'm not really in the mood for dancing per se, but if Wretch would like to go, I don't see why we should stop him from going. He needs a little bit of a pick-me-up as well.
Wretch, I guess you decide.
I say we go.
You want to dance.
I mean, you saw my moves. I gotta show this wizard lady.
I don't think she goes to this.
Okay, hang on. Before Wretch walks out of this motherfucker, Wretch, before closing the door, he says to the wizard lady, and he says, if I show you I can dance, will you dance with me?
Give me a persuasion check.
Dude, if you nat 20 this, I'm done.
I really hope he does. I hope for the sake of the story, I hope he does.
Oh.
That's still pretty
Okay.
good.
That's pretty good.
You probably have a negative, though.
No, I don't. It's just a flat 0.
Oh, all right.
Oh, so with a 15, Therna, on your way out, she kind of looks at you and she goes, I will go for 1 hour, and that is it.
I'll make sure you have a lot of fun. Because I had a lot of fun learning how to dance today.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And she closes the door and kind of, she doesn't like push you guys out, but she kind of like ushers you guys out and she goes, okay, bye-bye. I'll see you later tonight, I guess. And she closes the door.
I like how we just walk into her fucking place.
Yeah.
I didn't think to knock. Warren would have, but I didn't.
You see the sun starts to go down and you guys see a lot of halflings and other races, like Linny, Rennie, and Finny, the kobolds, kind of are ushering all to this inn. And you see this inn called the Pinecone Drop. And it is popping already. You see like a live band playing music outside and in. It is like a full-on party. You see Mother Arilla is outside and she goes, oh, you made it, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad to see you again, I'm so glad. And she like shakes your hand, Warren. She goes, come dance. And you walk into this, the Pinecone Drop Inn, and you see it is packed to the brim full of halflings and just like gnomes and other races like of sort. And you see people are like dancing already, the band is playing, and you see they've cleared like the tables and stuff, like pushed them to the side where it usually is. She like gestures for you and she goes, we're about to start the group dance, we're about to. And you see Amara's like, no, I'd rather not dance, I'm okay. And she goes, no,
Wretch.
you must.
Wretch grabs her hand and just starts dancing with Amara.
Oh, give me a, with Amara?
Yep, to just kind of get her on the dance floor.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, I just grab her, dog. We just start.
No, I know. You're like trying to get her to dance. She's like, Rich, I really am not in the mood. No, thank you. And you're like, come on. And you like start bringing her out to the floor. And you see like all of these little halflings are dancing and like grabbing a different partner and like spinning around and then going to a different dance partner. It is just a full-on party and dance in here. Warren, you're just kind of sitting off to the sidelines. Wretch, you are already dancing with like 3 different people. They're all like, oh, what is your name? How are you?
The name's Wretch.
Oh, Wretch. And you see they like, one of them hoist you up and they go, Wretch. And they put you back down and start spinning around. And you see the wizard, Arthurna, comes in and she kind of like looks around.
Wretch stops dancing with everybody else, and immediately he does that little like you know, like the stereotype of like when you see the girl at the party, and it's just it like everything else blurs out, and it's only this one.
And like
person.
it zooms in on your face, and the song is like, "I'm falling in love."
Yeah, that's what happens with Wretch, and so he goes up to her and says, "May I have a dance?" No, wait. Sorry. Before he does that, he goes up to like the person that's playing the music, and the people that are playing the music, and he says, "Can you do a slow song for me?"
Yeah, the people who are playing like the music on like fiddles and violins and stuff like that goes, "Well, for love, of course we can." And you see they start playing like a nice slow song, and all of the halflings stop and start slow dancing, and she goes, "Ground rules, Wretch." Ground rules. Arm's length at all time. No looking directly into my eyes. No lips touching of any sort. And not only that, but if you make one remark to my looks tonight, and you see she has like makeup on and stuff, like she did try to make herself look
Okay, this is your chance, dude.
like look a little bit more like she is very
Rise.
pretty no matter what. But
What?
and she's like the same size as you. She's a little gnome as well.
What is her name again?
Her name is Thurna Wormsong.
Thurna? Okay, so Wretch goes up to Thurna and he says, "Look, I usually don't say people's names. I barely know Warren's, and I ain't gonna lie, the pretty lady, she's just that's literally her name to me. I remembered yours, and I have to say, I know you said not to compliment you on your looks, but I will say, I think you look very beautiful tonight."
Oh,
This is
that
beautiful.
was good. Give me a persuasion check with advantage this time.
Oh, getting rizzy.
Oh, I hope he rolls good. I really do.
A 14.
14
that's
flat?
all right.
Yeah, just a 14 flat.
She looks at you and she tries not to smile because she's a very serious person. You already get that from her personality. She is a very no really bullshit kind of person. She goes, "Thank you, Wretch. Now let's dance for 1 hour tops. I'm setting a timer now, and as soon as that hour's out, I'm done."
Okay. Ooh, okay. I gotta do performance checks?
Yeah, so in just one moment, you start dancing, like slow dancing, and then it starts to pick back up, and people start like getting a little bit more rowdy and dancing, a lot more, and you see people are just kind of grabbing people from the sides and all dancing together, but you and Thurna are only dancing together. You see Warren, you see Mother Aurelia grabs you and Amara's hand. She goes, "Come dance with, come. And she
No.
puts you two like kind of together, and she goes, no, I'm okay. We're just friends.
Look,
We're just friends.
I just need to talk to her real quick.
And she goes, no, nonsense. And
We'll
starts-
dance.
starts-
Just let me talk.
Like pushes you guys together, and you start dancing like very fast pace, you know. And give me a perception check, Warren, and then Wretch, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
You said
Okay.
with disadvantage, you said?
Yes.
15.
Oh,
Wow! You rolled a 19 and a 20?
Oh, wow.
Holy crap!
So, perception... That's a +3, so oh my god, I got a 22.
With a 22, and what'd you get, Warren?
15.
With a 15, wow. Amara this entire time has been just stone-faced, like she's here on business and business alone. She only wanted to come with you guys so she could help you on your mission. She knows that she's not really the key to all this, you guys aren't, but she still wants to help. But this entire adventure and all of yesterday, she has not cracked a single smile. And you see, as soon as you, Warren, and her start to dance, she cracks just a little bit of a smile. And you see, like, the light from the candles and the torches on the wall, like, glittering off of, like, her cheek. And she goes, "Warren, this is a little weird, I know. I'm sorry, but..." And you see she's, like, stunning today, even though she's not in a good mood at all because she just lost a lot of good people in her life. She still starts to have a little bit of fun, and you see it kind of goes in slow motion almost, Warren, and you see she just puts her head on your shoulder. "Thank you, Warren, for looking out for me in this time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whatever happens next, I hope you know I will stay by your and Rich's side until the last breath. I promise."
You know, it's kind of funny seeing Wretch like this. I mean,
And
I've never seen him dance, but honestly, he's pretty good.
She picks up her head and kind of peeks around your shoulder, like she spins you while you guys are dancing, and she sees Wretch just having the time of his life. You just hear, yeah, like in the back. And you see Thurna is starting to kind of also enjoy her time. And she says, yeah, it's kind of sweet, isn't it? He deserves a good life, and I'm glad that you are giving that to him. I'm glad that you're his best friend. He really needs it.
Yeah, I know that you've definitely had a hard time, but it's nice to see you loosen up a little bit.
Not because I want to, but
I know.
it is nice.
I don't really want to be here either, but if I'm here with anyone, I'm glad it's you.
Oh, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, Gain, we're about to rest in a bed.
What?
Oh,
a 19.
24.
A 24. With a 24, you see after you say that, she smiles and she just, you've always been a talker, Warren, your entire life. And she just kind of goes back to hugging you and continue dancing through the wee hours of the night. And Wretch, you see after an hour, Thurna is still here dancing with you. And
dang.
She looks like she's having a lot of fun. And after the sun has completely gone down and the moon is out reflecting through the windows, like a very bright white moon, people start to leave the tavern, and you guys exit the tavern as well. And you two, Amara and Warren, you exit together and are just kind of like talking. She's like, that was quite a bit of fun, I'm not gonna lie. I think we all needed that, right, guys? She looks to you, Wretch, and Warren.
Yeah.
And Thurna looks to you, Wretch, and she goes, well, are you heading to Lundry tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Thurna, I want to ask, you know a lot more about magic and the properties of things that me, Warren, and Amara do not know. And I was wondering if maybe you would accompany us on our journey.
Well, I can try, but I'm kind of the form of protection for the rolling hills here. No one really fights here. We all try to talk everything out, but it doesn't really work all the time. So
They got that big old dragonborn to muscle everything in there, that band of kobolds.
he looks like he would be a fighter, but he really is a lover. I'm not gonna lie. He's a sweet guy.
You and on top of that, you have a connection to the key that me and Warren don't.
I don't have a connection. That's the problem. Me and Oskin tried to.
But that's what I mean is you don't have a connection but I do. So and you studied it. You said you studied it.
Let me think it over. Good night, Wretch. And she kisses you on the forehead and leaves to her house.
Uh-oh.
And you three want to go to Mother Thurna's or not Thurna, sorry. Aurelia?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys turn in for the night after a really fun little party after a really difficult time in all three of your lives. And she already, like the number one host ever, she already has little beds set out for all of you, and she has little glasses of milk, and they're warm to the touch. And you see Mother Aurelia is already put into bed, and there's a note on her bedroom door that says, if you need anything, knock and I'll let me know. And you guys slide into your separate beds for the night in the middle of this little living room. And that's where we'll end our session for today.
All right.
I know there was no fighting in that, but hey, man, sometimes you just gotta have a nice little episode after a big arc wrap up, like a nice little bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caden, where can they find us?
If you're enjoying the adventure, don't forget to leave us a review. It really helps the show grow. For bonus content, behind the scenes, extra, and more, check out our Patreon at the 3 Rolling Tiers. You can also follow us on our social media. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the 3 Rolling Tiers, and on X at T3R Podcast.
And Mason, what is our new announcement?
If you want to rep the party, you can visit our merch store at the threerollingtears.myshop.com, which you can find our new merch that is out. It's looking pretty good. And new episodes drop every Friday, so mark your calendars, grab your dice, and we'll meet you back in Varus for the next adventure.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye!